Perhaps this message found you not by accident, but because something within you is ready to see differently. We often believe observation is passive, that to look is simply to witness what already is. But what if your gaze, conscious, still, intentional, is not a mirror but a silent sculptor of reality itself? In the language of quantum physics, there's a mysterious truth. Until a particle is observed, it exists in all possible states, a wave of infinite potential. But the moment it is measured, that wave collapses, it chooses, it becomes. This is known as the observer effect. It means reality doesn't finalize itself until something watches. But what if the something was you? Not just your eyes, but your awareness, your silent attention, your inner presence. So let me ask you now, what if your conscious gaze collapses infinite possibilities into one lived truth? What if how you look becomes what you live? Let us begin the journey. There's a famous experiment in quantum physics, simple on the surface, yet capable of unraveling our very idea of reality. It's called the double-slit experiment. A beam of particles, electrons or photons, is sent through two slits. If no one is watching, the particles act like waves. They pass through both slits at once, creating a pattern of interference, a dance of potentialities. But the moment a detector is placed to observe which slit they go through, the wave collapses, the particle chooses a path, the interference vanishes, the infinite becomes specific. And here's where most misunderstand. It's not your consciousness that changes the result. It's the act of measurement. Any interaction, even by a lifeless device, alters the outcome. But what if we stepped outside the lab? What if we applied this to the mirror of life? Not everything around you is solid, static, or decided. Reality, like those particles, responds to interaction, not just by force, but by focus. So today, try this. Micro-practice. Technical observation. Choose a room. Spend 5 quiet minutes noticing only what changes. The way light touches objects, the texture of stillness, how your body feels inside that space. Don't interpret, just witness. Later, come back, repeat. Something will have shifted, even if only inside you. Because sometimes the mirror isn't passive. It waits to be noticed before it shows its true form. A quiet confusion has echoed across the spiritual world. Many believe that because measurement collapses the wave, it must be consciousness doing the collapsing. But in quantum labs, even a sensor without awareness can alter the outcome. The detector doesn't think or know. It simply interacts, and yet there's something deeper stirring beneath this. Because while physics separates mind from machine, human experience tells another story. On forums like Reddit, seekers speak of strange synchronicities, moments when simply thinking about someone made them appear, times when silent. Observations seem to shift the outcome of events, when the energy of presence alone changed the dynamic in a room. These are not peer-reviewed studies, but they are whispers from the soul's front lines. And they point to a question worth asking. What if our quality of attention matters more than we've dared to believe? Try this practice, not as magic, but as subtle alignment. Observational meditation. Sit still, breathe gently. Choose one object before you. A plant, candle, a glass of water. Don't name it, don't analyze it, just be with it. Let your attention fall on it like soft rain, noticing its edges, its texture, its stillness. No expectations, just presence. Then gently ask within, what if this moment is being shaped by how I'm seeing it? Because while a detector may record, only you can observe with soul. Not all observation is pure. Before the eyes register, the mind interprets. And long before we see, we expect. This is the subtle sabotage. You look at life through beliefs. You forgot you inherited. You hear someone speak and your brain finishes the sentence before they do. You ask for a sign, but only recognize what you already believe is possible. Our inner lenses are layered with memories, fears, identities, filters that distort the moment before it even reaches the heart. Modern neuroscience confirms this. In the microstructures of our brain, the microtubules, scientists have discovered reactions to anesthetics that suggest consciousness might operate on a quantum level. Meaning, before the body falls asleep, something deeper is dimmed. What if right now parts of your perception are anesthetized, numbed by repetition, by trauma, by inherited expectation? There's a simple way to begin undoing this. Consciousness. Journaling. Before observing something external, observe yourself. Close your eyes. Ask gently, what am I expecting to see today? What fears might color what I perceive? What assumptions walk ahead of my awareness? Write it down, not to fix, but to witness. Because until we observe the observer, we keep living inside old visions, never seeing what's truly here. There's a bold theory in quantum physics, the many worlds interpretation. It suggests that every choice, every observation, branches the universe, not into metaphor, but into literal pathways. You chose to read this. Some version of you did not both exist in parallel, but you, this version, are the one conscious of this moment. This isn't just science fiction, it's an invitation. If multiple versions of reality are always branching, then maybe the most important question isn't what will happen, but which version will I be able to perceive? Try this now. Split path visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine two paths. In one, you go through your day distracted, reactive, closed. Feel the tension, the missed signs, the static. In the other, you walk aware, pausing, feeling present. Feel the space around you open, subtle synchronicities, new ease, quiet, insights. Both are real, but which one becomes your lived experience may depend on the one you prepare your mind to meet. You don't have to control the future, you just have to become the one who can receive it. Because observation isn't just looking outward, it's choosing which reality you're ready to walk into. Some truths don't need proving, they just need remembering. One such truth is this: where you place your attention, reality responds. There are countless stories, quiet, unsensational, yet deeply transformative. Stories of people who shifted their health, their creativity, their relationships, not through force, but through a radical change in observation. One man documented a 30-day experiment. Each morning, he simply chose one thing to observe with full presence: a single tree, his breath, the sound of morning. By the end of the month, his anxiety had softened, his intuition sharpened, his world felt less chaotic. Not because the outer changed, but because the observer did. On YouTube, recent videos speak to this too. Change your focus for one day. Watch what happens when you stop reacting. They're not offering fantasy. They're revealing the forgotten power of deliberate attention. And psychologists have long named something similar: the Hawthorne effect, where simply being observed changes behavior. In experiments, people performed better just knowing they were being watched. But what if you turned that gaze inward? What if life began to transform simply because you started witnessing it with care, not to fix, not to judge, but to honor it with your presence? Sometimes the most profound shifts begin with a quiet decision. I will observe this moment as sacred. So much of life moves while we're not looking. But when you begin to observe, truly observe, the world softens. It rearranges, it starts to reflect something more intimate, more alive, more you. Let's gently remember what this journey has offered. Observation isn't passive. Your attention is not neutral, it's creative. The inner filters shape the outer form. Multiple realities exist, but only one becomes lived. And when you change your quality of seeing, everything begins to respond. So now, here is your quiet invitation, sacred practice for today. Choose one thing, It could be your breath, a candle, a doorway, the sky at noon. Observe it, not as background, but as if it's waiting for you to notice. Come back to it throughout the day. Take notes, not just on what changed out there, but what shifted in here. This is not about control, it's about coherence. It's not about bending reality with force, but about meeting it with reverence, so that it bends back in resonance. And if this touched you, share your observation in the comments. Let others know they're not alone in this new way of seeing. Like, share, reflect, because the moment you begin to observe with intention, you become a participant in creation. And that changes everything.